Hey everybody, it's Mona here at Klatch, and today we're going to do the second version of our Dollar Tree ornament. And this was the first version. It was my rustic snowman version. And this time we are going to go total opposite. We are going to get our glitter on. This is what the ornaments start like, and I usually just will untie the little rope piece here in case I'm going to use it again. So I have two pieces to this one. I also found this at the Dollar Tree, and it says Merry and Bright. And it's just a wood cutout, and I am going to remove the string off of this one too. This version is going to involve glitter, and it is going to involve resin. But the very first thing I want to do is paint. I'm going to paint the word silver, and I'm going to paint the ornament red. Now just remember, as you paint these wood pieces, as with most wood pieces, because I'm using a water-based paint, it is going to kind of bow a little bit as it dries, and then when I paint the other side, it'll go back to being straight. So if that happens to you, don't freak out. And I'm just going to use some red acrylic paint. And the purpose of painting this red first is to make sure that when I pour my resin and glitter over it, in case there are any spots that don't cover perfectly, that there will be some red behind it. And then we're going to just let this dry. And I'm going to paint the Merry and Bright silver. This is painted, and now all I'm going to do is take some painter's tape and I'm going to run it along the edges. I'm not going to cover the whole thing, but I want to make sure I'm able to catch the drips, and realistically the drips aren't going to go all the way to the center of the piece. Now I'm just going to take my craft knife and cut along the edge and cut away any of the excess painter's tape. I think this will be plenty far enough. I don't think any of the drips will come further than that. Now I have it raised up so it can drip down onto the foil I have underneath there. It's not going to mess up my table. And now I'm going to mix my resin. I have 5 ounces of resin mixed, and I'm going to add a bunch of glitter. It's going to be mostly red, so I'm going to put some fine red glitter in there, put some chunky red glitter in there, a dash of silver, and a little dash of gold, just because. I'm going to mix this whole thing up. Look how pretty that looks. Once it's all mixed, I'm going to just pour it right on here. Now I'm just going to take my stir stick. We're going to start moving it around a little bit. You can tilt it, but I want to make sure it gets to the edges. Okay, and it will start to drip over the edges, which is totally fine. And I will take my torch, run it along, and pop all of the bubbles. And I want to come back to do this a couple of times. And I want to make sure it does get on all of the edges because it'll help give that finished look to the edges. So if you see an area where it's not running over the edge, take the stuff that has dripped off and add it to the edges. This has cured and it looks quite pretty, and we are going to do another pour, but I want to take this off. If I let it go too long, I'm afraid I won't be able to get it off because it'll continue to cure. So I'm better off pulling the tape off now and putting another layer on before I do my next pour. Now I'm going to put a fresh lining of tape around the whole thing again, just like I did before, and I'll be able to touch up any spots that I may have scratched or anything after. I've mixed 5 more ounces of resin. This has completely cured, and I have added the tape behind it. Now I'm going to pour some on here, kind of a little bit of a thinner coat, just to kind of get things going. And I'm going to quick torch it to get rid of the bubbles. And then I'm going to place my Merry and Bright right on here. And that resin will act as a glue to keep it all together. And now I'm going to just drip resin all along everywhere. Make sure that it gets all over the Merry and Bright and all over the ornament behind there. Then I'm going to take my torch and torch everything, make sure I get the bubbles out. And I will make sure that everything is covered. Then you're going to want to let this sit a minimum of 12 hours before you handle it. The resin has all cured on the Merry and Bright, so now everything is nice and shiny. And now I'm just going to cut off the tape from the back. And now all we have to do is finish it off. I will be honest with you, I did go a little torch happy right here, and I do have a little lump here. Now I don't think you'll see it if you're not looking for it, but that was my fault. Happens to the best of us. So all I'm going to do now is drill a hole back where it was before, and you can see it right here. So I'm going to take my Dremel. Now I have some silver ribbon, and all I'm going to do is feed it through. So tie a knot just like this. You can pull that, give it a little trim with the scissors. My intention here was always to add a bow at the top. So I'm just going to tie a bow with the ribbon. We'll add it here. And of course this part is optional. If you don't want a ribbon on it, you don't have to add a ribbon to it. And we'll add it on right here. I was going to glue it on, but what I think I'm going to do is just untie it and do it again. Tie it right around this ribbon. Now it's all together as one piece and you can hang it up. This is our second version of the Dollar Tree Christmas ornament. Lots of glitter, lots of glam. Here is the second Dollar Tree Christmas ornament. And definitely we went with a little more glitz and glamour on this one with the resin and the silver and the red, even though there's a touch of gold in there, but definitely sparkly. So in case you can't see it, let me get it up close for you. And it's a stark contrast to our first one, but I like the first one too. The first one has kind of a farmhouse country feel to it, and it jingles. And I guess it's just whichever one appeals to you more over the other one. And I would like to know which one you like better, and I am going to go get started on number 3. Number 4 is still up in the air. I'm debating. Remember I told you I had 5 ideas, but I only found 4 ornaments. I still have not found another ornament. So I'm debating how I'm going to do the last one. And since I have this one that is resin and sparkly, and the next one's going to be resin and sparkly, I'm debating whether or not the final one will be resin and sparkly or not. So I may have to take a little turn from what I was originally going to do as a 4th one and go with my 5th idea, just because it'll be a little bit different. Maybe unexpected, maybe not, but so far let me know how you feel about the first 2, and let me know if you're excited about the next one. Thank you guys so much for being here and for watching. I will definitely see you next time. Remember, life is too short not to shimmer, so grab your glue gun and your glitter. Stay safe. Bye, guys.